Now I think that's pretty obvious. If you watch my other videos, you'll notice that I shut on this game every chance I get. You know what, that's just me. I know some people defend this game and actually agree with some of the directions it took, and of course, that's okay. Who am I to tell you what you should and shouldn't enjoy? But I feel like that it's universally agreed upon that Tails was tarnished. And that's not right. My man has been there since day 1, day 2, and this is how you treat him? Are you f***ing kidding me, man? And you know what? I'm not even gonna waste your time anymore. So, let's get fixing. Alright, fellas, let's address the elephant in the room. What the f***? This is not, okay, wait. This is not about his powers, alright? This is not about him fighting back. Tails has a set of abilities that I'll get to in a sec. This scene is fundamentally broken from the ground up, and I can prove that with facts and logic. So let's go back a while, shall we? Say what you want about Sonic Adventure, it does a great job building character with its multi-perspective storytelling, which range from a robot figuring out the meaning of existence to fishing. But my favorite has to be Tails' route, which I'm gonna focus on to prove my points. Here we have a young Tails who one day suddenly runs into the Sonic the Hedgehog and follows him around everywhere. Eventually, Sonic takes him under his wing, and from this point on, these two are always side by side. Yeah, Tails can fly and is brilliant, but he's way too insecure to use his abilities properly. So, he sticks by Sonic every single step of the way. This changes in Sonic Adventure, however. The first time we see him, he's testing out his new plane, which then he crashes.
Tails!
And Sonic, being Tails' big brother, you know, cool guy, you know him, supports him by saying shit like this.
What happened anyway? You're too good of a pilot to just crash like that.
Now, let's fast forward to the end of the game. Sonic is on the egg carrier fighting a rogue Chaos, and Tails is taking Amy back to Station Square. Everything seems to be going fine when suddenly Eggman launches a fucking nuke. What?
No matter. I will destroy Station Square anyway.
Sonic is nowhere to be seen. Tails is all alone. It's him and the threats. What does he do?
The fate of Station Square depends on me. Sonic! I've changed a lot since I've started hanging with Sonic. But I can't depend on him forever. I know I can do this by myself. Okay, Eggman, bring it on!
He becomes independent.
Wow, that dream brought back memories. I owe so much to Sonic.
All of this is a chain reaction from Sonic's support. He doesn't treat him like a child. He's not babysitting him 24/7 because he knows that he's not gonna be there for him forever. So he has confidence in him, which then gives Tails the confidence to finally fight Dr. Eggman.
You fool. Away, before I make mincemeat out of you.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I can do this!
This is called a character arc. Tails went from a scared little child to a confident hero who wouldn't back down from a fight. Now, why would this new and improved Tails cower down in fear when he's approached by Chaos? Not even Chaos, Chaos f***ing Zero, which you literally have to tap on his f***ing head for it to die. But how? You heard it yourself, Tails has lost it. Lost it? The f*** does that mean? How is this losing it? He doesn't sound different, he doesn't seem different, he looks perfectly normal, except he bitches out when Chaos comes in. Oh, for f***'s sake, do I need to remind you, you beat Chaos for yourself! We know how Tails acts when he's emotional, he gets angry, then why the f*** does he go back to scared again? That breaks the whole point of the character arc he went through! Yeah, for all he knows, Sonic is dead, and of course it should have an effect on him, but not like this. See, when Knuckles said that Tails has lost it, I got excited. I thought we were gonna see a darker, more edgy side of Tails, but I was mistaken. In summary, Tails doesn't go from scared to confident to scared again. Tails should want to kill Infinite. With paperclip. So stupid. You see, there's this trope in media whenever they're trying to write smart characters. They're not actually intelligent, their only purpose is to fill the smart character role. Techno-babbling nerds who are smart just for the sake of being smart. Instead of saying, we use the ruler, they say, we utilize the linear distance analyzer. It's verbose, it's annoying, and I f***ing hate it. This type of mannerism doesn't convey intelligence. Smart characters watch when they do smart things. Current Tails, however, is a prime example of how to not write a small character. Small? In order for him to work, we need to answer two simple questions. Number 1. How smart is he? Now, we know Tails is smart, he's a genius, that's the pillar of his character. The problem is that there's no limit to his intelligence, which leads to him saying shit like this.
I've built a TV out of paperclip.
In order to set a limit, I've decided to compare him to another genius that we all know and love. Dr. Eggman. And it wasn't a hard decision who's smarter. Obviously I picked Eggman because obviously I picked Eggman. It's not even a competition. But Al, if the villain is smarter than the guy whose whole character is built on being smart, wouldn't that make Tails redundant? Yes, it will. Exactly. And that brings me to my next question. Number 2. What is he smart at? Now, this concept doesn't exist in the Sonic universe, therefore if a character is smart, they can do anything. The term smart is very vague because there are different kinds of smart. I said the same thing when I was talking about Knuckles. Say Knuckles can't work with like computers, but is very intelligent when it comes to history and ancient cultures, that kind of stuff.
Knuckles, see if you can read this inscription.
Let's go back to Eggman to see what is he smart at. We don't actually have a lot of information about his intelligence. The only thing we know is that his IQ is really f***ing high. We don't even know what kind of doctor he actually is. So I did some digging and he most likely falls into the Doctor of Engineering category. As for what is he smart at, I also did some research to see what fields he specializes in. Electrical engineering is a given with all the robots. And some of his robots have really advanced AI, so also computer engineering. He builds giant battleships, so also aerospace engineering. He built an amusement park in space and chained some alien planets onto it, so astronomy. He can use living beings as fuel for his machines. I'm pretty sure that's biology. He built Eggman Land once, which is basically a city, so architecture. Doing all of this requires a shit ton of money, so we must be really good at business and economics. He knows a lot about the Chaos Emeralds, being able to harness them and all, so geology. There. There's the Doctor's intelligence rounded up, and I hear you say, you made him too OP. There's no way he's that smart. What is Tails gonna do now? To that, I'll ask you a question. Then why does he lose? What is the one flaw he's never been able to figure out? There's always a weak point, a mechanical flaw in his robots that Sonic exploits. Again, and again, and again. Eggman has only won twice. In both cases, he doesn't use robots to beat Sonic, he beats him by other means. Because Eggman's a shitty mechanic. And that, ladies and gents, is where Tails shines the brightest. The first time Sonic sees him, he's messing around with a tornado, which unlike most of Eggman's stuff, is still working to this day. Next thing you know, he's building another one that can also turn into a mech, and you guessed it, he beats Eggman's mech with it. Because Tails is a better mechanic than Eggman. That's where the focus should be. What purpose does Tails serve as a character? If you ask anyone who knows anything about Sonic that question, the word Sidekick pops out the most. So let's talk about him. A sidekick is a person's assistant or close associate, especially one who has less authority than that person. The key word here is authority. Now, does this sound like Tails? Not exactly. At first, sure, he was an insecure little kid who would follow Sonic all over the place, which eventually Sonic takes him under his wing. We've talked about this. Yeah, Tails was Sonic's sidekick for a while, but what about now? Now he feels more like a partner rather than a rookie learning the ropes. And he's definitely grown up enough to form and distinguish his own abilities from Sonic, so he doesn't rely on him for guidance either. Now, I think we can all agree that this game doesn't have the best writing.
Paperclip.
But you know what? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Yo, I'm getting philosophical up in this bitch. What up? In this game, Tails is sassy, he's angsty, he's rash. This kind of behavior is completely understandable because he's growing up. He's beginning to question the nature of their relationship, and Sonic doesn't really help with that.
Before we start destroying each other, let's remember why we're working together.
Okay, please remind me.
Tails, we need Eggman to shut down his machine.
And you don't trust me to do it.
Here, Sonic not trusting Tails is 100% justified. Why would he? He knows that the only person who can reverse Eggman's tech is Eggman. But Tails doesn't give a shit. He doesn't think about it. He's emotional. He's angry. He sees this as betrayal.
What? No! I trust you, Tails. It's just that...
No, you don't. You trust Eggman more. Do you know how much that bites?
Sonic not trusting Tails causes friction. This friction creates drama. By using that, you can build a scene around friendship without shoving it in your audience's face. Ahem. Now what? We've ripped the Sidekick off of him. Now instead of serving a weak purpose, he serves no purpose. Great job, Alf. He's literally an empty canvas now. There is so much you can do with him story-wise, and there are some great stories to take inspiration from involving sidekicks as well. A great example is the 2009 Batman and Robin run. That's actually Dick Grayson, the first Robin. He took over as Batman when Bruce supposedly died. This would have worked pretty well in Forces when Sonic supposedly died. Seeing Tails becoming Sonic's replacement and coping with his death would be really interesting. Or we can take it to a more serious place like a Snowbirds Don't Fly type of deal. Having Tails dealing with his own problems and Sonic helping him through it will make for some amazing stories. Not to this extreme of course, but you get the point. Or we can just straight up Red Hood his ass and make him a villain. Just do something with him. He's way too good of a character to be wasted like this.
Now, let me see. Gotta connect the framostatic capacitor to the maximizing modulation.
Okay, modulationizer. You hear that? That's what smart people sound like.
Alright, we good to go or what, Tails?
I've built a TV out of paper.
Yeah,
And reprogrammed a supercomputer using dishwashing detergent and a toothpick.
I know.
So look, fixing a propeller on a biplane? That's about as difficult as taking
He
a
asked you if we were ready to go. Why are you such an asshole? You fucking suck, man.
Tails?
Man, I wish they kept this. It's awesome.
You know you never needed Eggman, right?
Yes, he did.
I could have turned this thing off myself.
No, you
Sorry
couldn't.
about that, Tails.
Don't
I'll never
apologize.
doubt you
You
again.
should.
Cool.
No, it's...
And here's something that even Eggman couldn't
What the
do.
fuck?
I just reprogrammed his machine to return our world's stolen energy.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Why wouldn't you? If it's not programmed to do something, it shouldn't do that. How does that make any sense?
No, wait. It's something else. Gotta scan him and figure this out.
Yeah, you do that. Go help him.
Tails? I need to know what's going on with this guy.
I'm trying, Sonic, but these readings are all messed up. They don't make it.
What readings, bro? That's a fucking calculator you're holding.
You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Man, Tails really isn't that smart, is he?
A costly oversight, Doctor. This is why I always check and double check, as any good scientist would.
Wait, hold on. You just call yourself a scientist? That man has studied 4 years to become a doctor and just call yourself a fucking scientist? Are you serious, man?
Whoa! Chaos! Sonic, help me!
Oh my god. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching the whole thing. Really means a lot. Thank you very much. Next up is Silver. That one's gonna be really interesting, so keep an eye out for that. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Criticism and nitpicking is always appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.